Hello friends, welcome back to another episode. This is Rob, Room 111. So in this episode I would like to show you the Yashica Electro 35 GSN. Okay, so this is an old rangefinder camera. I'll show you the lens here. I'll walk you around the camera. So let me get this in focus here. So you can see it says Yashica Japan, color Yashinan DX, 1.7 maximum aperture, and 45mm focal length. Okay. So let's walk you around some of the. I love this cool this old nuclear looking thing, the icon, Yashica GSN. Okay, so I'll walk you around here. So here we have this is the, let me get it, yeah, CDS, the light meter. This is the rangefinder. This is the viewfinder. Coming up on top of the camera here we have the, well, let me show you the lens assembly here. So this is the focus scale. You have two black things down here, right? These are where you grip to like turn the barrel. Okay, so this is your focus scale, your aperture selection, self timer, and then you have here bulb, auto, and flash. So this is not a fully manual camera like the Canon QL17 or the Olympus 35 SP. Okay, those can go fully manual. This is an aperture priority camera. So you select the aperture, and the camera will, based on what the light meter is picking up, it will select the appropriate shutter for you, and the maximum is 1/500 and the slowest is 30 seconds, so it will stay open for 30 seconds. So let me show you how it works. So you have here on the top, you have your film rewind, your hot shoe. This has even the original protector in it, slow and over, and I'll show you that in a second. So you have this is where you set, because again it's linked to the CDS light cell. This is your film speed selector, right? ASA, used to be ASA, now it's ISO. This is your shutter lock. Then you just turn it. There's a little red, I don't know if you can see it here, there's a little red indicator. So then lock, unlock, film advance, and your frame counter. Okay, so I'll show you how these work. So right now I have it on f/16, and of course I'm choking out too much light, right? I'm choking out the light, and you see the slow comes on, the slow light. It means you're underexposed, and you'll see the same thing as you're looking in the viewfinder. In here it'll show you the same thing, but it's very hard to see inside, so you gotta position your eye just right. So I have a little flashlight here, and I'll deliberately put it in the I'll turn it to 1.7. Okay, now I'm turning it to 1.7, and I'm going to deliberately overexpose. So I'll half press my shutter, and you can see now that the over is on. See, the overexposed light is on. Okay, so you have underexposed and overexposed. On the back, let me get my focus again. So this is the viewfinder, of course. Here you have a battery check, and if you push the button, you can see here, let me get it in focus. So you can check the battery. Okay, I got a good battery in there. Okay, so moving on, we have the battery compartment. This is where the battery goes. You have a tripod socket, and you push this to rewind your film. Okay, so then you crank your film. Let me see if I forgot anything. This is the sync, the flash sync, if you old-fashioned flash cable to your strobe. Let me pop open the back. This is really super clean, and you can see here the camera is made in Japan. So this is obviously where a fresh spool would go. Okay, there's no shutter curtain. It's a leaf shutter in the lens. Okay, and film guides, take up spool, pressure plate. Let me get my focus again. So you can see, I mean, this is a really clean copy. So I will talk price with you, even though it's kind of topical and it can vary. So this camera is mint. I mean, you can tell by looking at it. It's really, let me show you the front again. I got this camera recently from Japan, a seller in Japan, and you can just tell by looking at, there's no scratches, there's no dings, right? So a lot of times you'll see these are dented here. These are very badly dented from where user, it was swinging around his neck, and his or her neck, and then it made contact with something. But this is why I recommend. So this camera mint, oh, I just hit my boom arm. This camera mint is $139. Okay, a clean copy is $119, and a beater is $99 from the seller in Japan. So again, you have it in 3 states of cleanliness, 3 states of condition: $99, $119, and $139. And I would highly recommend just spend a little extra money if you can find one like this. This camera is absolutely mint for $139. And again, when you consider what a digital camera costs these days, like a high-end camera, it's, you're running $3,200, $3,500, and this mint is just a fraction of that, $139. So this is a very high recommend, and I'll go ahead and oh, and I forgot to tell you about this. This viewfinder is absolutely crystal clear. It is so clear and just so easy to acquire focus. It's again, in an SLR comparison, the camera that I've had the most luck with focusing, the easiest to focus, was the Minolta SRT 101. It's just incredibly easy to focus, and so is this. This viewfinder is super clean, just tremendously clean. It's very easy to acquire focus. Okay, again, this is I'll show you the images. Oh, and one thing, golly geez, I keep forgetting things. So you have to be careful here. I had 6 blanks. My first 6 images were blanks on the actual roll of film when I took that out of the camera to develop it. I developed my own film at home. So what happens here, when you cock the shutter, as you press this, you're going to hear a very tiny click. It's a very faint click. And I thought, it's just an incredibly quiet shutter. And then on the 7th image, I pressed it down a little bit further, and it was the louder click. And I says, oh my gosh, what did I do? Because what happened is, even when I heard the soft click, I was able to advance my film lever, right? And let me just do it now instead of just explaining it. So, okay, so listen when I... Okay, I don't know if you heard that. It's a very faint click, but watch when I press it down. Now, it'll allow me to advance the lever. Now, the problem is the shutter didn't actually fire. So I'll fully depress it, and you can hear the difference. Now, did you hear the difference? So let me do it again. I'll do it where it's a false alarm. It's basically, you think you took the photo, but you didn't. So listen. Did you hear that? So then you fully depress. There's your shutter. So the reason I'm telling you that is, again, because the first time, my first 6 images came out blank. But it'll fool you because it'll still allow you to advance the film lever, and you're thinking that you actually took the image, but you didn't. So make sure you fully depress your shutter button. Okay, I know I kind of went long with that, but it's very important to point out, because if not, you're going to come back and you're going to have an entire blank roll of film. Okay, so I'll go ahead and roll in the images now, and I thank you for your time, and I will see you in the next video.